welcome back. This is the Final Whistle podcast. I'm Ryan. I'm hosting today, and I got me, Andrew, and Jovan with me. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Hello, guys.
Not as enthusiastic as I thought it would be. We're missing Javier, too, man. I really wish he was on this one today.
Yeah. Must be nice picking it up a win.
Oh, come on. We're going to need some enthusiasm here, fellas. Mm-hmm. All right, so we got a good one today, boys. We got La Liga, we got Bundesliga, Serie A. Oh, we're definitely going to touch up on the Premier League later. We're going to go into Chelsea later. We'll save that for later. But first, I do want to start off with La Liga. Girona and Real Madrid, they tied. Real Madrid tied last minute, too. La Liga, do you think it's wrapped up with Real Madrid, or do you think Girona actually has a chance, or maybe Barcelona could sneak in this?
Vinicius Jr. just got injured. I mean, I feel like it's Real Madrid's to lose at the end of the day. If they end up dropping the points, as long as Girona can stay on their backs, then they'll deservedly get the title. But that's really all up to Real Madrid at this point, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd say Girona are just 2 points behind Real Madrid on 56 and Real Madrid on 58. At this point, I do agree that it's Real Madrid's to lose because Real Madrid has been there, done it before. This is the Girona's first season, and it's kind of a fairy tale season. So it's depending on how, when it gets to the latter part of February, March, going into May, we'll see how much points are dropped. It is to note that Barcelona are only 6 and 8 points behind, respectively. But no one sees them going in on a run. So I kind of say it's Madrid's to lose. But I'm not going to write Girona out because 2 points, you can make up 2 points across the amount of games that are left.
Yeah, and we also got Champions League coming up too. That would throw in like a set of games into the mix unless Real Madrid bow out early. Same thing with Barcelona, like a couple games behind. Yeah, Clásicos are kind of out of the way, so like they can't really take points off of Madrid personally. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't write them off just yet either.
Yeah.
With Girona, it's not like the Leicester thing where Leicester had like 3 or 4 games of like a cushion. Mm-hmm. I feel like they did reinforce a little bit in the window, but it's going to be tough to really see them winning this, especially over Real Madrid. After this, let's switch on over to Bundesliga. Leverkusen, bro, they are on fire.
29 games undefeated, bro.
I'm loving it.
I like
it.
Do you guys even see this coming when Xabi Alonso took the job?
It's the power of Spursiness because Harry Kane went to Bayern.
I'm not even gonna go down that road. I saw them challenging. My honest opinion, I saw them challenging because remember when he took over last year, he took them from last place. He took them from down to the bottom of the table. Don't have the exact stats for me. Yeah. They were struggling, and he caught them playing some brilliant football. At the end of last season, and they finished well at the end of last season in a Europa League position, right? So this year, I expected them to be at least challenging. I did not expect them cleaning house, beating everybody, not losing a game this season. So kudos to Alonso.
Yeah, I've only started recently, like catching a couple games here and there with them.
Yeah,
and
same.
The way they play, it's like they keep an intensity, like it's a high pressure thing, and then not only that, they possess the ball, they work it around. It's not like it's all full out blitz.
Yeah, and they tend to play with wing backs too.
It's coordinated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Grimaldo's having a crazy season. Mm-hmm. He's on fire.
Not to mention Frimpong and Boniface before he got injured was on fire. Yeah, my boy Florian Wirtz. I've been saying people need to buy that man. Wirtz is a baller, bro.
And
Wirtz is a baller. He's Madrid level, City level, Liverpool level, Arsenal level baller. He's that guy. He's the marquee signing.
How old is he?
He's young too. I think he's like 22. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, he's fairly young.
Look it up real quick. And remember, he came back from a devastating.
We could scoop him.
He fits.
Let's not destroy another career. Calm down. Let's not destroy another career. Florian Wirtz, and he came back from a horrible ACL injury as well. He is Where's his age? Where's his age? Florian Wirtz. He is 20 years of age.
20.
He fits our bill. Listen to me, Todd Bowley. Oh man, this right none of a career, but. But yeah, that whole Leverkusen team doing. Jonathan Tah. You got it, bro. You got it. He's a really good defender. So he's been doing well. And what more is there to say?
You did mention it before. 29 games undefeated. The next big one next weekend against Bayern Munich.
Yeah, I saw the reverse fixture at Bayern. They did not back down. Normally, when teams go to the Allianz Arena, they're from the Bundesliga. They play with a fear factor. The only teams I've seen that play with a fear factor is RB Leipzig. I would say Dortmund, but as of recently, Dortmund they'll be doing good in the league, and then they go to Bayern, then go to the Allianz Arena and get clapped up. So I'm looking for an exciting game from Leverkusen, and they're not fearing anything. And honestly, if they beat Bayern, I can see them going the rest of the league unbeaten this season. Another invincible. Dang. If they don't lose against Bayern, and Bayern need to win to gain traction in the title race. I think if they win, they'll go top.
Would you say it's Tuchel the reasoning, or is it like an aging squad issue?
If you remember, Bayern should have lost the league last season.
Correct.
So this has been a decline. Because this has been a decline since last season, and the whole Nagelsmann fiasco. They got rid of Nagelsmann. They brought in Tuchel. They got rid of the sporting directors, Salihamidzic and co. And some were not necessarily protesting, but some were saying that Nagelsmann was unfairly let go due to it wasn't Bayern standards, but they were still top of the Bundesliga at the time when Dortmund was on that run, and they still made it to the semifinals or the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and they sacked him. So it's not like he was spiraling. He was still winning stuff. He was just out of the DFB Cup. So for them to take a drastic decision and replace the coach mid-season when the coach was winning was kind of harsh done. And then ever since Tuchel came over, I think they just won the league on default after that because Dortmund kind of crapped themselves. So it's been a steady decline, in my opinion.
But one thing I want to point out, though, is that, besides Bayern Leverkusen, they're essentially the only team that's the anomaly out there that's actually competing with them because the third place is 40 points. If it weren't for Bayern Leverkusen, they would still be winning a title that they don't deserve this season like they did last season, essentially. Yeah,
because Leipzig has been shooting themselves in their foot, losing games they're not supposed to lose.
Same with
Dortmund. Dortmund is just that tragedy at this point. So it's good for the Bundesliga. There's also one thing I wanted to say regarding Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, I said previously, there's been a steady decline. Thomas Tuchel at the start of this season, he wanted another number 6 because they've been complaining that he doesn't see Kimmich as a good enough number 6, and he bought a number 6 in from RB Leipzig, and he plays him at right back. So it's a whole thing going on over there. He didn't get the transfer he wanted. They did get Harry Kane, so Harry Kane are covering up most of the cracks, but in the midfield, Thomas Tuchel doesn't see Goretzka or Joshua Kimmich as a good enough CDM. So that I don't know if that's a knock-on effect or what, but it's clearly affecting some of the results.
I did want to bring up the Tuchel thing again, because ever since he joined in, it seems like there's been this friction between him and the higher ups in the board, even senior players like Neuer, Kimmich, another one, and it's back on it. What Andrew said is because they got Kane, the Spurs effect. I know they're still almost half,
and they got Dyer too, so double effect.
And Dyer. So there's a possibility where they might not win the league, and it'll look like it's Tuchel's fault.
I mean, the buck stops at the manager.
Yeah, right.
I remember last year when he just came in and Bayern missing a ton of chances. Everyone was complaining that Tuchel turned him into Chelsea. So I can't have a rebuttal there. You know.
With Leverkusen winning the league, you think it will actually do the league some good for once?
100%. And the manner if they go and the manner they're going about it, attacking football, free flowing, undefeated. Hell yeah.
And then Leverkusen squad, they get picked apart.
Yeah, man. Chelsea, Jonathan Tah, even though he's not that fast.
The only thing that would be disappointing is that, likely if Xavi Alonso does win it with Bayer Leverkusen, Liverpool will probably try to poach him. And then, if that essentially causes Bayern to go on another run of 5 in a row, then that kind of,
it is what it is, though.
Then it's a false dream, essentially.
It is what it is, though. And if Bundesliga want this to change, you gotta get rid of the 50+1 rule. You gotta have room for outside investments for people to inject money in these clubs, which then would give clubs the money to go and purchase players and kind of get rid of the monopoly of just buying everybody else, the best players from everybody else. I just mentioned Konrad Laimer. He came from Leipzig. He just went over there and got Leipzig. And also from Leipzig, Bayern like, let's get the coach too. And not even that, Upamecano. What? What do you expect? It's a monopoly over there.
Well, while I agree that's needed so that the league can grow, do you think as a whole in terms of the footballing world that there should be different leagues with different business models so that way if things like super leagues and things like that come to be, there's still going to be leagues that at least are community based and things like that people can at least gravitate and watch towards if it becomes overly commercialized and things like that in terms of just having diversity of business models across football across the world.
Yep. I'm definitely for the 50+1 rule. I do agree with Jovan. I do think they should allow some more outside investment to grow. Because money, unfortunately, does rule, right? But I do like the organic infrastructure of it. I think fans should have a say in what their club is, right?
Yeah.
But there is a monopoly with Bayern winning it. And I think it does the league a little bit of harm. Because the league is actually kind of fun to watch. It's very attack-minded. But I'm with both of you on that. I do think it should be organic and it should stay. Yeah, but they should allow for investments. Go ahead.
Some sort of hybrid model.
Yeah. My issue is my only issue is with this is they keep complaining about a Super League model. Super League, the same thing Andrew just brought up, even in Spain and Italy. If you want to have what the Premier League has, simply make your product better. The way to make your product better is to have more teams competing. Teams like Dortmund, Leverkusen, Eintracht Frankfurt. These are historical clubs. And I'm not just talking in Germany, across the entirety of Europe. Union Berlin. Make the league, make your product better, hence your league will be better, else you get more TV revenue. More TV revenues equals what? More money. More money equals what? More money put into the club. More money put into the club equals what? You can expand your search parameters in terms of finding better scouting, better players to your club equals what? Better, not necessarily better coaches, but a higher chance of the league being more competitive. More competitive league equals what? Better TV, more viewers. Better viewers equals what? More capital for your league, more broadcasting deals, and then that's gonna go again.
That's the primary one.
Exactly, and then that's gonna go again, and then that starts a cycle and a loop, which means your product is gradually getting better. The better product you have, the more people are gonna spend it. The more money people are gonna spend. The more views you get, the more fans you get, and then it's gonna affect the whole football culture in Germany. Because then fans are gonna want to go. We get more fans for each club. I like to go to Dortmund and see that yellow wall. Do you know? It's a knock-on effect.
That would be an experience, actually, to actually experience being part of that yellow wall, or just in it. Just the atmosphere must be intense.
Exactly. So, honestly, I get it. I love the concept of the 50+1 rule, but they're too strict with it, in my opinion. You have to allow more investments, or else this will never change. The only team is RB Leipzig that kind of doesn't really roll with the 50+1 rule. And even then, they still haven't been able to win a league. Because Bayern are so dominant. There's even stories where Dortmund was in trouble back, I think in 2011, 2012. Please don't quote me on the date. And Bayern had to give Dortmund money to kind of fix up type thing. So you tell me now. What?
But the thing is, this is a common pattern, I feel like, across different leagues too, because if we move on and we talk about the Italian league too, like many clubs there are financially struggling to even compete and create and make their product better as well. And while I feel like competition, it might be increasing across the league now, since Juventus no longer has their like stronghold on the title, the quality within the Italian league, at least when I watch it from time to time, if I'm not watching Inter Milan, Juventus, or AC Milan play, then it's like pretty mid football. In general that I'm watching.
Yeah, but guess what? You're watching now as opposed to years ago.
And there's some tactical nuance in it, but there's no like entertainment value. Is what I'm seeing.
And I've seen myself watching it now versus in the past. I know, okay, Juventus is going to win. You know, the quality has increased because there's more competition. The season where AC Milan won it, I was elated. The season when Inter Milan won it, I was elated.
When Tomori went there and just won it, I was like,
yes.
I was so proud.
Last season when Napoli ran away with it, that was exciting.
They were fun to watch last season.
Exactly. And Juventus and Inter are going in head-to-head this season, and it's fun. And with AC Milan in with a shout. It's competitive.
But my point is that you named the 3 teams that I've said I'm excited to see. Oh, plus Napoli, I'll throw in there too. So the 4 teams that I'm actually excited to see play in that league. But if I don't see any of those 4 play, then it's not entertaining.
Yeah, because you still got to up the quality of football. We just listed the top teams that has good quality of football because we see them in the Champions League and the Europa League. And not to mention Roma. Roma's fun to watch. Fiorentina, I like watching Fiorentina. But then that goes to say I'm an actual football. I watch all types of football, like the purity of football. But you get what I'm saying, though. You improve the quality of the teams, have more than 1 to 3 teams winning it every year, and it'll be fun. And I know people will say, oh, well, City wins it every year. Okay, yeah, but City never wins it clear as day. It's probably just one season.
Yeah, it's been the last couple of years for them.
Exactly. When Pep Guardiola took over City, we won it the first year. He holds smoke. The league said, hey, okay, welcome. We don't do that one thing around here. You're not going to win by a canter every year. You go get your ass whipped every now and then, you know. And then, yeah, for the difference is, for the Premier League, you have to actually show up game in, game out. And there's going to be someone pushing you all the way. If you look at the points tally when City wins the league over the past couple of years, that would you apply that to any team in any other league, you're winning the league. Right?
Oh yeah, especially
same thing with Liverpool.
Klopp has done. Like,
you're winning the league. Any other league, you're winning the league.
He's got 90 over 91 points like 3 times, but only got the league once.
Exactly.
I don't think Sir Alex Ferguson throughout even like pre that.
He's 27 years at United. I doubt he's ever gotten.
He's never gotten over 91 points.
Exactly.
That's such a new thing now. It's a new thing to do that.
Exactly. So, you tell me. Yeah. Is what it is.
We did segue a little bit into Serie A. I didn't want to touch up on it with Inter and Juve. They played over the weekend, and Inter ousted them 1-0. They're 57 over 53 points, so 4-point lead. Do you think this is actually going to Inter? And do you guys like it how it's like every year there's someone different competing for the Serie A?
Yep, 100%.
No, that part is very good. I'm saying the rest of everything below that, everything that's below the Champions League spots is what they need to improve on.
Yeah, I absolutely love this. I gotta admit, I didn't see this game today. I didn't see this game. But I know Lautaro Martinez, my guy. My guy. He's been carrying Inter. He's been leading Inter this season. Yeah, so. And shout out to the Juventus coach. His name is slipping me. I remember last season he was under so much pressure because of his style of play. Juventus wasn't doing well, and this season he turned it around. He's played different. He's playing more pragmatic football, but it's working. It's working for Juventus. You know.
Now with Juventus, and like the whole story, I remember like when Pogba went there, and then now he's banned for like a good portion of the year, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's due back next season. A lot of their squad are like, yeah, like a lot of like the money is not really there. They're not really that same like juggernaut that they once were. Do you guys see more from them in the future? I know like right now they're holding their own at the top of the league, or second place. But I feel like their fall was like a little I didn't expect them to fall as much. And like I remember when Cristiano Ronaldo was there, they were winning the league, and then the year that they didn't win, they were blaming him for it.
I think the year, because he left before they lost the league. I don't think he lost the league
final
with
season,
them.
they finished 4th.
Okay. Yeah, everyone blames Cristiano Ronaldo when they don't win. if he's
still
playing.
blaming him.
Exactly. So, I think it was just, I honestly thought it was just the end of an era. Remember they were winning 10, 11 years straight.
Yeah,
I think it was just the end of an era, and some of the old heads in the team had to get out. So with Juventus, it was just that time. And then, to be fair, Inter stepped up that year, and AC Milan stepped up. So I think it's a big stud, two-sided sort of thing.
All right, let's segue over to Premier League. Before we go over the recaps, Manchester City, they still play tomorrow. I don't really want to talk about them. Main reason why is we know that the Man City train is coming. Let's build that up to either see if they go through all the way or they're going to crash and burn.
Yeah, they don't have Gundogan. Right. I'll just say that.
But there was some other fun games over the weekend. I did want to give some credit to Luton. 8 goals in 2 games. Mm-hmm. They thrashed Brighton midweek, man. And then they came back against Newcastle. Where did this come from?
Survival instinct, man. That's all I gotta say. So that we're gonna get relegated and kicked up.
I don't think they were playing with fear. That's their thing. No back against the wall kind of thing. I think they were just going for it. The results just came their way.
Bro, I saw the Newcastle game. The number 7, his name keeps slipping me. And Adebayo, the number 11, they terrorized Newcastle's right wing. On the right hand side of their at going forward, they terrorized the left back. I'm telling you, they just couldn't handle him. They couldn't handle him. The physicality. That game was an open game as well. That game was just fire. 4-4. Luton should have won that game because they were 4-2 up. But a brilliant cross into the back, onto the back post, and Trippier just kind of caressed it in, made it 4-3. That was a beautiful finish, and it slips me who got the equalizing goal. Harvey Barnes with a wicked curler because the ball was lost in the middle of the park. With a wicked curler from yards out. So it was a really good game. Really, really, really good game.
But bro, Everton also brought it back at the death with Jared Brathwaite.
Mm-hmm.
Brought it back 2-2
against Spurs. Yes. Oh, you were definitely carrying that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, barely. Like honestly, I'm not even worried about this at that point. Like I'm too depressed. Like this is how bad things are when I'm not even roasting Spurs that hard. Yeah.
Some other good watches were Newcastle. They actually beat Aston Villa for the first time at home this season. I think their run stretched to last season too. It was like almost 30 games, I want to say, at home they were unbeaten.
Mm-hmm.
Something crazy like that. And then Villa turns up. They get 5-0 over Sheffield United. They turn up. Same thing with Brighton. They got over Crystal Palace 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
Some pretty cool results there. And then Man United back-to-back wins.
Kobe Mino, bro. Yep.
Kobe Mino, man. He's looking like
He's
that
a
center mid
baller.
spot's
I
his
like
own.
him a lot.
He's a baller. And Garnacho looks like he's that guy. He's that young guy, Garnacho.
Garnacho's doing it. Hoyland's starting to get on the score sheet more regularly.
Yeah, a little bit.
The only thing is that's missing from them is Rashford.
He scored.
He scored last game. He's coming a little bad. He's coming a little bad.
I saw him today in against West Ham. It just seems like he's struggling to like either find space or to shoot. There's something going on with him where it's like the last season Rashford. I'm pretty sure he would have scored today. Is there? Do you guys think there's something more to this?
I think he's done with Ten Hag, but it's a bit it's a difficult one because Rashford has had disciplinary problems. Like he was left out the squad in the cup game. He came back in the next game. He scored the next game, and now like you said, he dropped a stinker. So I don't know what to tell you, man. I think they just wash it. I think United would be better off without Rashford. Get a player that's consistent and that you can build with or around and go with. It's a type of, I get the vibe from Rashford like, okay, if I'm not feeling the coach, if I'm not feeling the season, I'm just down tools. And when I say down tools, I don't mean like, oh, he's not gonna play. He's gonna play. He'll score his goals, but he's not gonna have the output like he did last season.
The one thing, like with Ten Hag, like he has this like disciplinary method that he's doing. You know, he ousted Sancho out of there, and then Rashford found himself in the club midweek, and
Twice.
then somehow, it's like he's starting. I just don't understand that.
They
Is
said
he
they
just
did it
not trying to create more
internally.
friction?
Yeah.
Apparently Sancho went public and he didn't. There's some difference like that, pretty much. Like as long as details don't leak, I guess, then you're cool.
To me, I call bullshit. I call bullshit because Ten Hag kept doing this to Sancho. Because remember they sent him to Ajax. Don't forget, sent him all the way to Ajax. Didn't like how he trained. This, that, and the third. Rashford didn't even show up, and just because he apologized and dealt with it internally, you treat him differently now. I think he just viewed him as United star boy, and that's it. And he wants to mend it because he's United star boy. That's all. That's genuinely what I believe. I call bullshit on that.
But I mean, thing is, he did it. He took like it's not like he didn't like exile Ronaldo either. Like I
Exactly.
feel like
He fell out with our fire.
certain line, then he will not tolerate that, even if you are the star boy.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't like that big a deal, but he still needed to make a thing about it because he just like got to be even across the board type bull.
Exactly, and that's it. But he fell out with Varane, and there was unrest in the dressing room. I genuinely I call bullshit, bro.
He seems like a very stubborn person. I feel like because he clearly causes disagreements across amongst his players and things like that, and they clearly don't agree all the times with his tactics and all that kind of stuff.
It definitely does feel like there is a divide in the dressing room over him. And you could see it trickling down onto the field. A lot of times, a lot of their games, they look a little bit disjointed. Luckily for them, they are getting the results. So it's like it does seem like Ten Hag is kind of holding it together with the squad.
Yeah.
But like if they don't make top four, do you think his job's in jeopardy?
Yeah,
no, man. Him gone. He's gone like yesterday, bro. Him gone. I tell you that. I think they're just giving him until the end of the season to see if there's anything to salvage to continue. But him gone, man. I'm done. To me, I'm done.
Bro, what's it gonna take for just Sir Alex Ferguson to just get up and be like, "I gotta take the reins again"? He's been watching this.
He's too old, bro. He's too old.
You'll put him on his death.
He's been watching it since he's been out. Like, yo, I've been in pain. Like, when can I ever watch my team win again?
Man, they done, brother. Man, they gone. Man, yeah.
Man, so I think Javier's still partying today. You know, after today's result, I kind of wish he was here for this one, but we got to talk about it. Arsenal, Liverpool.
Hold on.
Oh, what are we holding on for?
Burnley and Fulham.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Fulham. Okay, all right.
Why? Can I ask you a question? Why are you saving the demolition of Chelsea for last, bro? Like we got destroyed by Liverpool, and we got manhandled by Wolves. Why do you want to gloat before you slap us in our faces? Why do you hate us, bro?
It was actually your guys' request to save Chelsea for last.
It was Andrew, not me. I want to get this over with, bro. See me here in my hoodie. I just want to go online and cry. Leave me alone.
But you guys were bringing it up early that like I was downplaying the Arsenal result.
You were. Oh boy, you guys won. The win against Nottingham Forest was a brilliant win
until the end, and of course we just concede these like stupid goals, man. If we could have had 2 clean sheets today. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, 2 clean sheets with the.
Bro, if your problems is having clean sheets, you're in a good spot because you're at least getting the 3 points, and that's really the most important.
The crazy thing is, Saliba and Gabriel, they've been phenomenal.
Yo, Gabriel's suspect, I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. Every time I watch him, he makes an error, and I watched him today. And guess what?
You're talking about Gabriel, freaking Zinchenko, bro. Stop playing this man.
He had a decent game today.
Go and get Tomiyasu back. Zinchenko sell on the game, brother. The man go sell on the game. I'm going to continue selling Arsenal's game until the end of the season. Until it comes back to bite y'all in your asses. And you're going to say, Javon, we should have listened. We should have sold this man. Zinchenko is your problem.
I don't think he deserves to leave. I think he's actually a good fit at Arsenal, but in the center mid. Like I said, I think he had a good game today. The whole squad, for the most part, besides Kai Havertz, I didn't find much of a fault in the squad. Like, everyone, they played pretty good. Maybe Saka could have done a little bit more with some of his chances. But I'll tell you what, when he scored, it lifted a little bit of the pressure. Then, I like I said, I thought we controlled the game well. I don't think we full-on dominated.
Bro, y'all dominated Liverpool. You're afraid to say I'll say it for you. Y'all dominated Liverpool. In that first half, where Liverpool couldn't get out, stop capping. If it was me and I was Chelsea, oh, y'all would hate me. Y'all would hate me. Y'all would hate me.
Y'all dominated them like they were a mid-table side.
Yeah. Call it what it is, bro.
We flustered them.
Flustered is an understatement, Ryan. Flustered is
comprehensive. It was fairly comprehensive.
Yeah, bro. Just call it what it is, bro.
Literally, they had a goal, but they had no shots on target.
What do you? That
was a crazy stat,
bro. Think about it. All right. What's the difference between the Chelsea game and how Liverpool dealt with us versus how you dealt with Liverpool in the first half? The first halves were identical from the dominating team, and if everyone, what?
No. You said the difference. I know the one difference right away.
If everyone can say Chelsea were dominated, I'm allowed to say Liverpool were dominated in that first half.
No. Like I said, to your point, I thought we were great against them. I won't go as far to say it's like, oh, we manhandled.
To be fair,
to a certain degree, I thought we were lacking a little bit in our finishing as per usual. Like some of you saw some of the goals. Saka's goal, it was a deflected shot, open goal. Martinelli screw up between the goalie and the defender. Goal. Trossard, thing of beauty, man. He was by himself.
That was beautiful, bro.
Between his legs.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
He was in on goal, and he was like, "No one's coming. All right, I'm gonna just do this myself."
Allison left that wide open for him.
Right through the legs, bro.
Yeah, that was a great goal. Capped off the match. And then same thing with the Forest game. I think we're controlling the games a lot better than we were last season. We're a little bit more pragmatic in the way we approach it. Teams are appearing more in the lower block, and it feels like it's harder to break down now. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we're more suspect on the counter, and that's where the stupid goals or the mistakes come in. That's where I'm at with this Arsenal squad. I do think that the title race is on now for us.
Most definitely. You're only 2 points behind Liverpool. And City plays tomorrow, so yeah, you guys got it. You guys have a really, and I think you guys have a good run coming up too. So you guys could
we have
really
a decent run, yes.
You guys could really string some results together and stamp your authority on this league to say, hey, they wrote us off, but we're back. We're coming back, and we're coming back stronger.
But I want to circle back on one point though, and it's really on Trent Alexander-Arnold how suspect he is at defender. Imagine Modric versus Trent Alexander-Arnold versus Connor Bradley would make a huge I already see that making a huge difference already.
Yep.
It wouldn't change something in terms of our result, but it would give us more sparks. But
do you think Klopp could have restructured because he didn't have Salah, right? And it does seem like they're struggling a little bit without him. Do you think that maybe he could have structured this team to maybe like a 4-4-2 and put him as a right mid and have Joe Gomez behind him, or keep him more in the midfield? I feel like he shines more when he's a midfielder and he goes out wide.
Connor Bradley is a better defender than Arnold, and the reason why Connor Bradley wasn't there today is because his father passed away. I honestly would have just started with Gomez at right back. Correct. I do not trust Arnold and Zinchenko as fullbacks, because people keep forgetting your main job as a fullback is to defend. You are a defender.
Mm-hmm. Defender first, that's true.
Yes, you should go forward, but your primary objective is to defend. If you're a fullback and you can't defend, you're not a fullback. You're a midfielder.
Yeah, and literally, if you're not getting the goal contribution that game, then you're already a detriment to your team, essentially. So
exactly, you're a passenger.
Literally every game.
You're a Havertz. You're a Ryan Sterling when he doesn't produces. I could go on and on. I want to give a shout out to Jorginho. I roasted this man when he played for Chelsea.
Man, game today.
He can have a good game.
Beat him down, but shout out to Jorginho, man. Shout out to Jorginho.
To your point, Andrew, I don't think if we start him every week, obviously he won't be doing this every week.
Yeah.
I don't think he has the legs for it, but I'll tell you what, today, him, Rice, they were bossing, they were cleaning up, and he allowed Rice to go forward when he could. Even then, he was a good pendulum. He anytime he got the ball, he just continued to play. He didn't hold on to it as much. He just continued.
And the thing is about your team is that Jorginho is really good at just getting the ball to the right person to advance the play. And thing is, to anyone he advances the ball to, it's like a very integral and transformational player.
Progressive.
If he advances it to Saka, he's going to do something. He advances to Martinelli, he's going to do something. He advances to Odegaard, he'll do something. He advances to Rice, he's going to do something. It's like any time he'll pass it up to somebody, it's something's always going to trigger, essentially. So it's you're essentially optimizing him, which is really, y'all using him really well.
And to credit to Arteta, I think today he had his game plan. It worked out to perfection. A little hiccup here and there, but it was a good game. Now, this is what we all been waiting for. Chelsea, what the hell's going on with you guys?
We suck. What do you want me to tell you? We are Trump. You know what, Andrew? I'm gonna have you go first.
We are a U23 side. You take Ben Chilwell out. You take Sterling out. You take Thiago Silva out. We are a U22 side, literally. That is our problem. And a U22 side, you cannot build any consistency because one of those players is going to have a lapse. So you can never actually practice even building the play up all the way and practicing in different scenarios because you never even can get into them consistently. Someone's always making some kind of error. Someone's always spacing out because these are all young players. And who strategized this from the beginning? The owners. They just try to play venture capital with players and just think that they're going to pop off somehow when there's no experience and nobody on the team to actually teach them how to actually operate in these roles. We have no experienced midfielders on our team. This is a problem.
This goes back to when I was going in on Manchester United last season on our podcast, or the season before Ten Hag came in. It's the same thing we're seeing here with Chelsea, and I can't be biased. We want to build a team that's young enough, but are going to give us Madrid levels of football or City level of football. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah, that's not
how it works. It works by having a team of first team players and then going out and getting your young players. Mm-hmm. On the right wing, and you can go through position for position. The only position I'm not going to criticize is the goalkeeper because Petrovic, thank God for Petrovic.
That was a bargain.
And the only players I'll excuse is Petrovic, Malagusto, and not even Cole Palmer because he misses chances. The only reason why he gets a pass is because he converts.
Yeah.
He converts more than he misses.
And Kuku so far, I will say that is so far.
No. He's been injury prone.
Honestly, that's the only thing why I would say no, is that if the injury is going against him, I would say no.
Exactly.
But for what he's done on the pitch, for as little as he's been on the pitch, I'll give it to him. He's had under 270 minutes and 2 goals. Fine. Okay.
Okay, so let me get into this, right? We have 3 wingers, 2 spots. None of our wingers are first team wingers. And then I want to hear Sterling is 2. Sterling belongs aside the inconsistent wingers because he's inconsistent. It's not like Sterling is dropping on average a 7 or an 8 out of 10, and the rest of the team is trash, so we keep losing. No, Sterling.
You think it's a byproduct of the team not performing? Because I feel like even like if when the team starts to perform a little bit better, you see the better Sterling come.
And you're proving my point. What you say there, you're proving my point. That's not a first team winger. A first team winger, to me, is a winger like Vinicius Jr., right? He's going to give you.
That's world class at that point. Yeah.
All right.
Sterling was brought in under Tuchel to be an established, experienced team. He was not brought in to lead a group of youngsters out and be like their champion. And he cannot do that, and yet we gave him the wages to do so.
Okay, so let me land. Because what I'm saying will tie back to what you're saying. When I say first team players, I mean first team players. Look, back in the day, we had a Eden Hazard. If we had a player like a Eden Hazard, then I can see Mihailo Mudryk coming in to take over the reins when he goes. Get it? This level of class, this level of talent, or this level of class, this level of talent, but inexperience is down here. You keep Hazard, build him up to at least here, sell Hazard, then you have enough to take over. Here. On the right wing, Willian, here. Madueke. Talent, here. Same level. Knowledge, experience, down here. You build him up to here. Willian can go, then he takes over. You don't start with talent here and knowledge level based down here and expect them to follow. That's not how you go. Who are they going to learn from? And it's not like you completely. It's not like a club where you can completely rip up the project. It's not like a club you can completely rip up the project and say, okay, we know the route we take. We know what we did. This is what it is. Just give them a run of games. Whether they do well or whether they do bad, we're just going to have to accept it until they can get some form of consistency and knowledge and experience going forward. This is Chelsea Football Club. We don't got time for that. The fan base, the expectation, it's not that type of club. You can get away with this at a Brighton. You can get away with this at even a freaking West Ham to some extent, right? But you cannot get away with this as a top club like Chelsea, and that is the problem. And those issues I gave you is in every single position. Defensive positions, the same thing. We got young players in defensive positions. Some of the goals that we give up are silly goals from from turning off, lack of focus, all of that stuff. And yes, Pochettino has to take some blame because he does play players out of position. The tactical setup is wrong, but even when the tactical setup is right, I still see us doing dumb stuff, such as you're dribbling, you're holding on to the ball too long. Mudryk gets the ball, he always tries to do a 1-2. Today I saw him do. Today,
Chukwemeka that 1-2 to Chukwemeka, and he wasn't even over there. He wasn't even
exactly. Chukwemeka fires the ball into him. He. You know when you're playing
individual play. They weren't playing like a team. It very
exactly.
Scattered.
On my point with Mudryk, you know when you're playing Rondo. Mm-hmm. You know when you're playing Rondo, or when you're just warming up before you play a game and you're just passing the ball in a circle. Chukwemeka fires the ball after him, and his instinct is not to hold the ball up and wait until he makes a run to lay it off in his path. Is to just cushion the ball and play it back to him, and he's not even making a run. You see what I'm saying? There's no cohesivity and there's no actual patterns of play, not with the squad, but with individuals within that team. Perfect example. Let me try and bring this. The left wing and the left back. A proper partnership between a left wing and a left back is the left back gets the ball, looks for the left winger or whoever's on the left side in that midfield, plays it there, and then expects the winger to make certain runs. Whether he's going to lob it over the top, into the winger's path, and the winger comes short, takes a touch, plays it into midfield, and makes a run so the left midfielder can then play it over to him. And that does not carry across the field within the entirety of the game. It's driving me up a wall. And how do you put on Mudryk and not Madueke in this game is beyond me. Madueke has more ball intelligence than Mudryk at this level as we speak. I know some people say I'm a Madueke fan, but watch him play. At least he can take on defenders. He doesn't need to combine with people to take on defenders. What my issue with him is his final product. At least we're already losing. At least have him cause havoc down the left, right hand side. I love Palmer, but Palmer is better as a 10 because he gives us nothing down that right hand side when you need to actually take on players. Because he's looking to combine. He's looking to combine. You need someone who's not going to combine on the wing in the latter stages of the game. Because Sterling is taking on people but dribbling into a fucking wall.
I did want to touch up on a couple of arguing points to what you guys said. You guys did mention, this is a younger squad, right? And Chelsea, with Pochettino's first season, so there's I feel like a melding. It's not going to come right away, not with the young squad. Because if you look at it, if you look at Arsenal's perspective, last season we had one of the youngest squads, and the way we were competing, out of nowhere, I get it, but at the end of the day, they racked up almost 90 points, right? And I'm telling you, young squad across the board. Our oldest player, I think, was Xhaka. So then, this is his fourth year in. How much time would you consider giving Poch to even attempt to get to that? To where, to get to that standards of Champions League football.
So for me, it's not about the amount of time Poch is given. It's about actually seeing progress over a period of time. Because while I can say we're definitively better at scoring than last year, I don't think we've gotten better defensively at all. And also, throughout the period from when Poch started coaching to now, there's been too little improvement, if any at all, that's been noticeable. That's the issue. There's been no real patterns of play that have been developed. I thought there might have been some when we had the 0-0 against Aston Villa in that big cup. There was actual patterns of play that was actually being built during that game. But clearly that was a fluke. That was another fluke, just like we've been having since pretty much we sacked Tuchel, where we can have low runs where we do play well, looks like things are turning around, but then we clearly digress and we get sent back to reality and realize, we're not a team. We can't actually play like this. We just get lucky because we're talented and sometimes put things together. And it shows how talented the team is, the fact that they can bullshit their way this hard and get some results. But, there's no consistency to anything that we're doing. There's nothing that we can actually take and repeat constantly and consistently. We haven't been able to do it for more than 3 games straight, probably, for the past 2 years almost.
You guys did come off of a 3-game winning run in the Premier League.
So here's my thing.
Before the Liverpool match.
So here's my thing. We scored the same amount of goals we did last season. And we're the same. No. Well, we were the same place.
We scored more last goals this season. Across all competitions, we scored more goals this season.
Yes, which is what I'm saying. Poch is only positive. The only thing Poch changes is that we create more chances. Here's the caveat: we're worse defensively. So what's the point? Matters
and if Thiago Silva does leave, I think he might stay
necessarily.
Pardon?
Because I don't know if we're worse than.
No. I checked the stat. We're worse defensively. We're 100% worse defensively. Last season we were losing 1-0, the stupid 1-0s, stupid 2-0s. We got the twice with concession. We lost 4 goals away and at home.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good enough, bro. And I can't even blame. Let me circle back to your point first. Your point is how much time we give Pochettino. I want him gone, bro. You know why?
In the beginning of the season, you were all for him. You were like, this is the guy that could take a young squad.
But who in the market makes it worth it to even do it?
Let me finish.
Yeah.
I want him gone because he doesn't have a backbone in the sense that, okay, I don't want him gone because of the football he's playing, because I don't think anyone is going to come in and change that. Unless the policy change with the board, we're going to have the same things. Yes, maybe a Hansi Flick or Mauricio Sarri could get more out of these players.
You would want Sarri back.
I still don't see what was the bad thing with Sarri. I don't see what was the bad thing with Sarri. But hey, let me just say this. Whichever coach you bring in is still gonna be the same thing. I don't think there's a coach out there that can squeeze more out of what we're seeing. Maybe Hansi Flick, but the reason why I'm saying Hansi Flick, he would prioritize the system versus who he has. And there's a couple players that could fit his system because they're young. You understand? Pochettino in press conferences doesn't say he doesn't have a backbone to say, okay, he doesn't call out players, if you get what I'm saying. He doesn't say Madueke shit, Mudryk shit, Sterling absolutely unacceptable for an established footballer. At this point, we should have been seeing this. You understand?
Yeah.
Calling out these players for what it is so that they can properly get sorted. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, in all honesty, I wasn't expecting much from Chelsea this season. Not with the squad that you guys have. For it to be gelled in that amount of time, it's unrealistic. You know, you guys. I'm not gonna say that you guys are like competitive to the point of like trying to go for Europe, but you guys are competitive in a point to where, you know, you guys can cause like the bigger teams some headaches.
But like
every now and then,
you've seen us for the past since last January, let's say, when we actually brought in the bulk of these players to come in and gel and all that, like the key ones, right? We haven't gotten significantly better during that year time span. It's been an entire year of these players getting to know each other and be able to play together, and yet they're still just as disjointed as when they were first playing together back during that time period. And that's really the issue. It's not even like they've gotten some things together and we're running into new problems that are still holding us back from results and things like that. We're still dealing with the same problems. That's really and that's probably the most annoying part about all this, is that we're dealing with the same problems that we've been dealing with for the entire 2-year time span. We haven't even moved on to dealing with different problems.
Are you with Jovan to like where it's the coach, or do you think it's more players?
It's more the ownership and the hand that what they've created here in terms of the squad, because they're the ones that gutted the squad from our Champions League winning squad from the year before and created this abomination of young players. So like they're the ones that gutted and created this, and they didn't do it with a particular coach in mind, clearly. So like so just expecting like a coach to come in and magically put something together, no, that's not going to happen. The only thing that can happen is someone studies the job, while someone like Graham Potter was in the job before, and they're just studying it. Like when we were interviewing the guy that took over PSG, he had so much research done on every player, because that's what would probably be needed, because no one probably would have ever wanted to put this particular group of players together. No coach would ever want to have done that. And that's the issue. We should have picked the coach first, trusted them to build something once that thing was, and let them primarily drive the recruitment from that point onward. So that way we at least have a team that's built and can do something and be at like a guaranteed top 8 team at least. And then at that point, you can tinker, add the new players, get those niche signings that you need to actually make it like a world-class team. Because right now we're close to the relegation to competing for the top European spots. So like where are we? What are we doing?
Yeah, it is a stagnation that you guys are dealing with. As much as I'd love to go all night with Chelsea with you guys, we do got to wrap things up here. You guys do face Villa in the FA Cup replay. You guys, how do you guys feel?
I feel terribly about it, but we have to win. We need to stay in the cup competitions to like have any kind of like morale or any kind of like willingness to look forward to anything, especially before we play Liverpool again in the final. We need to get some momentum under us. We need to be able to play in that. We need to be able to at least approach that final with confidence. That's all I want at this point, is just to have the results lead up to it that let us play in that final with confidence. I don't want to go into that final off of a loss.
Sorry about that,
Bad
guys.
piece of form.
No, you're good, Jovan.
Sorry about that, as my camera battery died.
Technical difficulties.
No, he heard about Chelsea and gave up, committed suicide.
Yeah. I don't blame it.
So, just a quick point, and what Andrew was saying there, not to bring it back to Chelsea, but until the board decides to say, okay, the board would have to come out and make some form of statement to say, hey, they're going to rectify this as to why they're sticking with Pochettino. Until they do that, the fans started to turn, because at halftime the boos around the stadium started to echo. So the fans are going to call in for Pochettino's head going forward. So what do we do from here on? We're stuck in a vicious loop.
Yeah, like I said, that stagnation, man. It is tough. You know, at one point Arteta was dealing with that too, when I remember, when he was running into issues, finishing 8th place successively. Yeah. All you could do is just try to hope the results come your way, and you guys got to look to beat Villa, and if not, look to beat Liverpool at the end of the month.
Yeah, a cup final is a one-off. So we can try and win that. I mean, if it's even to go in and do what Manchester United did at Liverpool, go in, defense, park the bus, not even park the bus, not even start the bus. The bus is just there, right? And then have like one person up front try to get a goal or take it to penalties. That's the only way I can see us winning that game.
Bro, if they play Trent Alexander-Arnold and Modric's up against them, I can see it now.
Him
and Jackson can actually link up.
Yeah. Like, when Jackson came on today, him and Modric link up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're probably the only two players that have built up some like decent amount of chemistry that isn't like purely talent based.
Yeah. But let's not take it back to Chelsea, because Ryan said we had to wrap up. So
let's end our misery.
Mm-hmm. Real quickly, just wanted to touch up on the transfers, or the lack thereof, this transfer window. To be honest, the only big news of this transfer window is Mbappe supposedly going to Real Madrid. We'll take that with a grain of salt.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe Real Madrid might be a little bit salty on not getting him the last couple seasons, and they might just go for Haaland. He's like, say, screw you, Mbappe. You know, we rolled out the red carpet and you left us hanging. Any surprises with that, with Mbappe, or you guys think he'll be at Madrid?
I mean, if he goes at the end of his contract on a free, then I believe it, because running it, like any kind of plan to run it down is like a favor to Real Madrid. Even if you turn down contract offers, as well, if they're not paying a fee for you.
Yeah, and the bonus signing fee is going to be stupendous.
Yeah, like 70 mil or something.
Yeah. But the only thing I'll say is, Mbappe after this season would try everything in his power to do whatever he can for PSG, and he did his best. I think, in hindsight, this is the way to go. You did everything you could. You're leaving on a free. It is what it is, you know.
He's gonna want a Champions League this year, but I don't think it's coming.
No. Nope. We should have signed Enrique. The name of the Chelsea guy is Enrique, that did the research that Chelsea said no to. Boy,
no,
stupid.
It was like 60 mil though. It's been ridiculous.
Okay, and
not much really going on with other transfers. I think maybe, what was it, Werner going in for Spurs?
Timo Werner.
Gio Reyna's at Nottingham Forest. He's there to stink up the joint too.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's been quiet.
This has been the lowest spending transfer window for Premier League teams in the past couple of years.
Yeah, the FFP coming through. You know.
We might be in trouble. We might be in trouble. We might not.
We're all in trouble, man. We all overspent in the summer. That's what it was.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Good episode here. Like I said, we got Villa, Chelsea coming up midweek, and then a host of Premier League games next week, and then we'll cover Champions League next week. Oh, I can't wait to get into Champions League. It's been a long time coming. Jovan, if you could do the pleasure, play us out, please. I'm Ryan, guys. I'm with Andrew. Jovan, thank you, guys.
And thank you guys for joining us on the Finalista podcast. Please remember to follow us on our social media. We're now on YouTube, so go check us out. If my camera didn't die, you'd see my smiling face. Catch you guys on the flip. Peace.